And we have bananas in chat from Shizuku3158, Diaz, Cuplex, Seb, Kdads, Stino112, Rod Knight UK, Sass9602, Kitty Gaming 99. Why are all these taken? And WSKKUNG. Thank you for the bananas in chat, peeps. The bananas mean that we're live on twitch.tv/Asuma. Remember, only put them when we go live. It can be a bit confusing when I see bananas in chat and I think I'm not streaming, as it was a moment ago. And welcome back. We can jump straight into this. Actually, we can't really. Well, see, I got a bunch. Okay, a bunch of my inventory space is just going to be taken up by some other materials today. You know. So we need to build more of this, and I'm pretty sure we kind of have everything we need already here. We might be short on quartz. Wouldn't we be? Wouldn't we be short on quartz? Let's check it out. It is windy outside and I've cracked open a window. I might have to close it in a bit. We are not short on quartz by the looks of it. Well, that's fantastic. Okay then, we're going to need sea lanterns. Check. Dark prismarine is the other material in the form of the slab. And also the glass. And then we have everything we need. Pretty cool. What's the project this morning, X? Says not an Omba. It is that you see before us. We are working on the HRN line. Kdad says hello YouTube. Cuplex says, saw your title. If you're going to collect clay, go to a swamp. Now you might be thinking that's the best way to get it, Cuplex, but what about rivers? Rivers are pretty easy to find and full of clay. DS is here, resubscribing for 14 months in a row, saying, welcome back, DS here. Today we're playing Craft the Hermit with X. Keep up the good work. DS, thank you ever so much, I like that one. Oh, do you know what the other thing we need is? Redstone blocks. Redstone blocks. Gets a little bit darker down here as well, doesn't it? But there's still the same amount of sea lanterns. Collect slay, says Awesome Fighter. No, collect clay. We're collecting clay. I might do another slay live stream, but right now we're going to do a different thing tomorrow, take a day off, and then it'll be satisfactory in the evening. Looks like I'm going to have to buy a copy of the game. They put out a video and talked about like how they're giving out keys, and it's really clear that they just have picked their own system, which is fine, of course. You know, they're free to do it however they want to. It's their game, but it's so unconventional. It's like you can sign up, but you might get something, you might not. We're going to pick random people, but then there's also this secret form that's been handed around, and then we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So they've got like 3 or 4 convoluted ways of handing out keys. I'm just going to wait until probably 5:30, see what happens then. If I haven't got a key, I'll probably buy the game. And then if I get one, I might just give it away or something as well. Yeah, swamps have more clay. I usually find that rivers have intermittent patches. You have to explore a lot of rivers. But Cuplex, rivers are everywhere. I don't have to travel as far. I can just go get a little bit of clay from a river. It's so easy, it's so simple. Oh, do you know what I should have brought? Water breathing potions. They have to keep walking all the way back each time. Oh no, I should bring those shulker boxes down into the tunnel. That's what I should really do. Now I've gone and filled my inventory up. Full of junk. Once it gets toned down a little bit, we'll move the shulker boxes down here. You are not supposed to be there. X, what are you up to today, says Shalash. I've got a busy day of going out, cooking, working out, doing other things, making videos, uploading them, all that kind of stuff. That's pretty much my day today, you know. It's pretty much every day that we're dealing with stuff. Why don't you use a conduit, says Sass. Well, the range only goes so far and I constantly have to put it down, then pick it back up and move it somewhere else. Doesn't seem worth it to me. Sometimes you just gotta crack on and get the job done. And that time is right now. Oops. Cool, this place is looking interesting. And there's lots of kelp here. I mean, it still goes on for quite a way. We're going to be here for a while, peeps. Don't be thinking this is some quick job. Do you have Aqua Infinity, says Lucky 8 Ball? I do. Mumbo Green Asuma says, episode 800 was amazing. Glad you liked it. I think I'm going to bring those shulker boxes down after all, actually. Need to get organised, otherwise I'm going to... Dude, I just threw that away. Otherwise I'm going to be forever back and forth. Why do you exactly need clay, says Jamiroquai, for making bricks? Aidan Jacko says, why hello my good sire. How are you doing today? I'm doing good, thanks for asking. I got up, did some exercise, and then went for a fast walk for about 45 minutes. Fox Kid, whoa, honestly that looks beautiful, the dark eerie ocean. Yeah, it's really, really good atmosphere, isn't it? Xandoshi says, hey, your ex just finished a video about Dasso YouTuber complain about companies not responding to copyright claims. Alright. How many spaces do we have? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one we need. No, we have enough space. Sweet. Let's just pick them straight up and put them back down again. Yeah, right as I noticed that there is a trident. Okay, now this one is going to drop the trident. Do you want to know why I know that it's going to drop its trident? Because I don't have any space in my inventory to take the trident. That's why it's going to drop it. Where are you? I see you, you dum-dum. Oh, get wrecked. 1 hit, 1 kill. Oh, I didn't drop it. My prediction was... Oh, Jesus, 2 of them. Oh, goodness me. Where is it? It's there. Okay, that one died. Woo! Could have been nasty. Naughty drowned, be polite, says Doom Boom. Be polite, would ya? Trident in your face is rude. Do I have a... Tridents don't stick to your bodies like arrows do they? Ah, we got... Oh, no! You see, I don't like the Dolphin's Grace effect. It's just too much. And you always seem to get it at an inconvenient time. Dead things are never nice, says Forest Walker. Could be true. Then again, most of your food's dead. When do you want to eat it when it's alive? That ain't nice food. Oh. Hey, look at this. We've got a water-breathing one over here. That's what we want. That's just what we want so we can stay in that area a little bit longer. Alright, let's get back to the building process, peeps. We need to develop a routine, a rhythm, a groove. We need to groove on that building vibe, you know. Here's the thing. Can I place this in a spot where it would technically fall down? Like, can I put you here? I can. Oh, isn't that lucky? That's powder, right? Yeah, that's powder. Dude, these kelps can get out of here. They're in my face, you know. Cool, so when we get to this bit, I remember how it goes. This needs to be one of those. It kind of rhymed, and it kind of flowed. Assume it rhymes, but nobody knows. Okay. Like that, and then this one has... Oh! And then, yeah, and then those come along, and then that gets in the way. You're making a Sumer angry. I thought you had a flint and steel. That's just a fishing rod. I'll have my prismarine back, I'll let you know. Thank you. Cool, it's dark down here. Okay, so we would do that, and then we would put in these. Then we would go 1, 2, 3. And then we can get some light in this area, you know? Very important to have light. Oh, thank you, I can see what I'm doing now. And here come the drowned. I killed it. Lobstar says, I really like how you can see through the glass. It looks awesome with some cute underwater decorations. Oh, there'll be some cute underwater decorations. We'll have to build those at some point, won't we? Rightio. Bam. By the way, next weekend will be a Hermitcraft Livestream weekend. I think I'm streaming 8 till 10. Gonna get an infographic for all of you very soon. I think I've just kind of done a dum-dum here. Yes, that's the way it's supposed to go from now on. All the way out over to here. I think what I might do is just build like one side of it so I can get the lights in place. It's easier to build something big when you're focusing on smaller little repetitive builds like this, right? Then you can remember the patterns and the order, and then when you come to do the other side later on, you've got like the other side done to reflect upon. So I think we'll do this like half build down here. So we do that. Now we've got light again. So then we can come down here and go dum dum, and then drag this all the way back. So just a smaller little building groove going on. Building groove. It's a thing that I just made up. And we're out of those. Go get some more. I have exams that Monday after the weekend, says FW Games. Make sure you study for your exam, buddy. You want to ace it. You want to do the best. We ain't got a crafting bench here, have we? Well, I got a backpack. And that backpack has got my preparedness in it. Look at my preparedness. Right, down we go again. I'm probably going to need more than that, aren't I? Let's get realistic. We're building a tunnel here. Okay, I always try to craft as little as possible so I don't leave excess materials around. But let's get real, people. You know, this is Hermitcraft. We make gigantuan projects here. We're going to get through these materials. We got a noise in the ear. It's Kitty Gaming 99 resubscribing for 16 months saying, "Hi X, I've been given charge of a sort of news station for my school, and I was wondering if you had any tips for efficient editing. I'm used to taking my time with projects, so tips would be appreciated." Well, when it comes to video editing, like news journalism and that kind of video editing, you know, I don't have specific experience, but the kind of relatable experience I believe I might have is that, you have a workflow and you need to identify your workflow. How do you start a project? What are your first steps? And a lot of what you'll learn about your workflow comes through doing, right? You do, you learn, you remember, you understand the steps. But then what you've got to do is look at the parts that are inefficient and slow and see if there are ways to improve it. So if you're spending a long time perhaps editing a video, then you need to look at parts of it and go, are there ways I can do this quicker? For example, Iskal, Mr. 85, when he joined Hermitcraft, we were talking about editing videos, and he said to me, I think he mentioned it in passing, but anyway, it came up that when he edits his videos together, when he's done making his video, he goes through all of the clips one by one and attaches the effects and sets all the parameters for his audio. And I was like, dude, you can just put one of those effects on the track and it will apply it to everything in the track. And that was that's saving you at least half an hour of work for every video. So, you know, you want to learn the software that you're working with, so you find those sorts of little tips and tricks, right? Those little bits that you weren't aware of that save you more time. But then there's other aspects as well, like how you creative. A lot of my creativity and my ideas gets condensed into a notepad, and then I refer to the notepad when I'm making videos, because there are going to be periods where I log into the world and I'm not sure what I want to do. And so rather than me flying around, goofing around, I've already got all of my ideas written in a notepad. So I pick something and I go with it. And you can also spend the time when you're not in Minecraft, for example, you would relate this to your journalism, you have time in the day where you get to think, and the value of those thoughts can relate to the projects that you're doing or whatever it is you're doing. You know, think things through in advance, and that helps you plan and prepare and be ready. And yeah, so workflow. I mean, I don't know if it's entirely relatable, but what I would suggest is examine your workflow and find things in it that can be improved. Cool. What was the question, says that guy? The question was about tips for editing and doing things faster. So while I was waffling about the tips and the editing and the doing things faster, drowned head, it's mine now. It's not mine now. Yes, it is. Okay, I thought my inventory was full. Hey, what is that hole and why is it bright? Is it just lava down here? Torches, right. So I've probably been down here lighting up caves. Cool. Looks kind of interesting the way the light just comes out of the ground like that. Are you happy with episode 800 and its comments/feedback, says Amank? Yes, mostly all I've seen are the congratulation messages. Today I'll have a sift through and try and find some of the more talking about the building type comments, but you know what YouTube likes to do? It likes to bury those comments. I moan about it a bit too much, really, but YouTube's comments ain't what they used to be. They used to be very directly aimed at feedback, and now they just seem to curate positive messages, which is not a bad thing to have a positive message, but you know, I totally appreciate all the congratulatory messages and the nice comments that you get on every video. There is a culture now on YouTube of people saying thank you to creators, and creators saying thank you to their people. Oh, we're actually kind of like at the very last little bit here. Wow. And that's a great culture to have, but it drowns out the actual feedback culture. When I first made YouTube videos, the comments were always talking about the thing in the video, and it was really helpful because I was doing all sorts of technical stuff. But that kind of atmosphere has disappeared from YouTube. It's not about that anymore, it seems. Right, we're going to anchor this to the ground here, do it a little bit differently. Cuplex says, my feedback on the building studio, the iron bars are a bit bland in my opinion. I'm not a great builder. I would agree there could have been a better texture, but I think it like gets the message across that it's a little bit industrial, which is why I went with the iron bars. Scar has made a much more Art Deco style, and I think if I were to modify mine to look a little bit more Art Deco-y, it'd be too much of the same in one area. I think we need to have a bit of a mix. So I kind of like it. Anyway, we've got noises in the ear. Sir Sullens is here subscribing with Amazon Prime. Sir Sullens, thank you for your subscription. We have Riffraff _ resubscribing for 6 months. Riffraff, thank you ever so much for the subscription. Appreciating the continued support. And we got Juicy Redeye, who is subscribing for 14 months. Thank you ever so much for the support, peeps. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed today's stream. And now it is time for our world famous sipping of the tea. Oh god! That was the worst idea I've ever had. Oh jeez. That was deliberate, by the way. Chat's blowing up. Okay, this is a proper drinking of tea. Oh, I do say, good sir, lovely cup of tea, that. See, that's how you properly drink a tea. Mickey Sun Gun is... Or just Mickey's Gun, actually. I threw a sun in there. But Mickey's Gun, thank you for resubscribing for 2 months. Thank you so much for your support. And Stun is here subscribing with Amazon Prime. Thank you for using the Prime subscription on me. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the stream. I hope that you enjoy it. Why would I hope for such a thing? Who knows? It's a mystery. Right, let's throw these little sheblangs out of the inventory. And let's go and find the mouth noises. Tools. My brain is catching up with itself. It has an idea, then it has to relay it around the other parts of the brain, and then eventually it catches up with itself. We need to smelt is what we need to do. I should probably keep a little bit of fuel in here with this. I know the lava bucket is fuel, but it always means I've got to open up an extra chest, right? There is space up there. How many does a coal block do? I think it's a bit inefficient, but I think, yeah, I'm just going to do that and not worry about it. X, did you hear about the big sandstorm at Concorp's HQ? I did not. But anyway, what are we doing here? We've got to place glass. Lots and lots of glass this time. And then some more sponges. And then rails, and then other things. I think the rails are probably going to come a little bit later. But then again, things might start spawning as we make our way down the tunnel. What do you think about the... Oh, never mind. Oh, jeez. I'm going to read that message. Go over and check it out, says Stun. What is it again? What am I checking out? Sahara is coming, Concorp is now under sand. Oh, it's under sand. Sahara is coming, is that going to be the new meme? Unbreakable says check out Concorp HQ. What's happened then? Oh, vids are out so I won't spoil anything. Well, I was at Concorp yesterday and I didn't notice anything. Architects reused a prank from Season 2. X, have you seen a disco penguin or eyeless bird that controls the trains near Concorp Studio lately? No, I don't believe I have seen such a thing. Or heard of such a thing. Right, let's go 1, 2, 3 on one side. Yeah, I think... actually, it kind of worked. Boom. Right, now we definitely need rails because things will start spawning. Before long, the further down we go. And we need redstone blocks, which apparently I've been missing. And then we got sponges everywhere. Now, am I going to pick up this sponge? I am, good. I feel like I picked up the things again that I threw away a moment ago. Then again, drowns are always spawning and annoying me. I'm going to drink some more tea while it's nice and hot. Amank says, my true feedback, the blank space after stage 1 seems incomplete. How about you put a hyphen between stage and 1? I've seen a lot of people comment about that. I'm just going to go look at it at some point and then think about it, but who knows, we may do, may not. Let's get rid of these sponges next. Why do you drink tree and not cola or something, says Amin. As in, great question. So, cola is full of sugar, and sugar is very addictive and generally not particularly great for your health. It can cause diabetes. Let me say this properly. It rots your gut drinking cola drinks, and it damages your teeth. It also sends a lot of insulin around your body and gives you like a head rush, which you probably won't feel if you drink colas on a frequent basis. And for all of those reasons, I don't drink things like sugary drinks. I basically drink tea, which has next to 0 calories. The only calories that's going to be in tea is basically the milk that you put in. So it's a nice, warm, flavourful, fragrant drink that's healthy. Supposedly even has health benefits if you drink green tea. And I drink water, and I love water. Water's just so refreshing and replenishing. I drink a lot of water throughout the day. Very good to get your body well hydrated. Helps stop things like headaches. If you ever get headaches a lot, make sure you drink lots of water. I think the thing about that though, saying that, is that it's relative. It's like, if you don't drink a lot of water, you might think drinking a pint of water is a lot. A lot of water is a lot of water. I don't know how much, but I get through bottles of this stuff every day, and I rarely get headaches or anything like that. I'm all about, you know, physical health and fitness, and being in shape, because quality of body, quality of mind is what I think. T Sumo Boys, says the Black Ranger PL. I'm going to drink some more of this. Why does your glass look like that? Is that a texture pack, says Rocklock? Yeah, we're using the future textures of Minecraft. In 1.14 it will look like this by default. We're giving the game an overhaul. So we've got noises in the ear from Marius, who's subscribing, and James Shopland, resubscribing for 37 months. That was that crazy emerald face noise in my eardrum, wasn't it? Thank you so much, James. Appreciate you subscribing for over 3 years. Unbelievable. Tree says tea without milk is also damaging for teeth. Not as much as carbonated drinks, though. You know, I've not heard that anecdote before, and I think at that point, you know, everything in life technically pushes you in one direction, right? For the most part. Everything damages your teeth. That's what they do over time. They get damaged by everything that you eat. This is why we need more of the like the relative term discussion. Is that you say something's healthier, but you know, two things can be in general healthy, and then you argue about which one is healthier. I believe it is pretty well established that sugary drinks are without any obvious health benefits and full of negative consequences. Right, let's 1, 2, 3, bam, like this. I like that, and look at this, and we've got another section done. We're going to stroll on down to the next one now, and keep building this up. 2, 3. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. I don't need any sea lanterns in my inventory anymore, I think. I think that is accurate to say. This kind of doesn't look right here, but it will do. Yeah, no, it is right, yeah. Once I start putting that in place. 1, 2, 3. Let's swim this way. Opinions on new textures, says Unbreakable Ho. I really, really like them. I think they've been excellently executed, because at no point do I ever play this game and think, oh yeah, like I missed that texture, or this doesn't feel the same anymore. I'm just used to it. Yeah, it's Cleo. Don't see Cleo on too often. X, taking an eye break. Why don't you? Says it Zandoshi. Because we're not an hour into the stream yet. And I've only been on the computer for about 10 minutes before I started streaming. Chubby Charmer says coffee is really addictive and not really good for you. I'd agree for the most part. Yeah, I think caffeine as a stimulant is more of an application, right? It's a drug. You want to use it when you need what it gives you. When I have my long drives back from download or wherever I've been and it's late and then getting tired, brilliant time to drink coffee. Great. Really, really helps get the job done. But drinking it on a daily basis, yeah. I mean, I had a few recently. Like, I've been doing so well with my diet and body weight that I just sort of went, oh, you know, I can afford a little treat here and there, and didn't really get any craving or anything. But yeah, after having like one back to back, the third day I was like, oh, I really fancy one again, and then I'm like, no, that's that craving right there. And I haven't had one now for a few days, and I don't have the craving, but I'm very aware of its addictive cravingness. Let's drink some more of this tea right here. Mr. Vaco 22 is here, subscribe of Amazon Prime. Mr. Vaco, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Roam Flet says, do you have a specific diet or just eating generally healthy? When I talk about my own diet, I talk about it in the sense that diet is what you eat. So you hear this phrase of I'm going on a diet, and it's kind of useful. You're expressing that you're changing what you're eating. And often, unfortunately, that means within like a limited time period, right? Because you're going to come off the diet. When I talk about diet, I'm talking about it consistently. Diet is what is the food that you eat made up of. And my diet in general is mostly healthy, eating lots of veg, eating lots of fruit, lots of salads, and I still do eat meat, just not every day. And I eat a lot of lean meats. And I avoid processed food, and I generally cook all of the food that I eat. So in general that's a pretty healthy diet right there, and I try to stick to that. I do indulge in the occasional treat, so I brought myself some Pop-Tarts last week. I don't know why as well. It's because I've been upping my. I went through a period of calorie counting, and so that meant that I became really conscious of portion size proportionate to the amount of food that I was eating. But what I was also doing is using it to help me lose some weight, and I lost that weight so quickly, like just over a month, that I realized that what I was eating before, because I was never really putting on weight before, was actually these bigger portion sizes, this crazy amount of food that I would eat. It's because I can eat about 3,000 calories a day easily without losing any weight. That's because I've just built up a strong metabolism with all of the exercise that I routinely do. And now I've come to the point where I brought my weight down like a good 3/4 of a stone possibly over the last couple of months. And now I'm like, well, I've got to start eating more again. So I brought myself some Pop-Tarts because I'm used to eating smaller portions at the moment, and then I'm like, I can afford some junk calories here and there, you know. Double Moses says, oh my, I need to get me some Pop-Tarts. Fun fact for you, each Pop-Tart is about 200 calories. That blew my mind. A packet has 2 of them in, so that's 400 calories. If you know how many you eat a day, then that might be alarming. Faye in K says, I wish to taste X's cooking. My cooking is not that great. As much as I enjoy cooking, I don't really indulge in learning all of these like tricks, different spices, flavors, and ways to mix ingredients or cook them different. I'm very plain. I have like potatoes, carrots, sprouts and broccoli in a bowl, right? No seasoning, just plain cooked in water, and I love it. It's scrumptious, but it's not for everyone. Most people want some salt on there, or have like the potatoes maybe cooked with some mustard, something like that. Mustard mash. I like mustard mash. Just a bit too much effort to make it. HBFFBH says 2,500 is recommended, so 12 Pop-Tarts. No, a diet of 12 Pop-Tarts would be terrible. The nutritional value is nothing. It's all sugary. I mean, there is energy in there that your body can use. That's what calories are. Calories don't speak to nutrition. So don't think of it like, I'm going to be healthy and eat 10 chocolate bars a day, because that's only 2,000 calories. You need to get good nutrition in there. That sounds delicious, X says it's Ascendancy. It's delicious to me, because I don't have a lot of sugary stuff very often. That being said, I think I've been on a bit of a little bit more lately, more treats than usual, just because of the whole calorie counting thing. We got a noise in the ear. It's Drunton1337 resubscribing for 4 months, saying thanks for all your nice chill streams and videos. They always make my day. Thank you for the lovely message, man. I'm glad you enjoy watching the content and enjoying the streams. And yeah, thank you. Tria Morian says that'd be great with salt, pepper, and garlic. Yeah, I like putting garlic on my food. I had some chips the other day. Don't have chips very often. Hear mixed things about potatoes. I've heard that they go straight through you. I heard that they're full of carbs, and I haven't really got my head around the literature of carbs versus fat, but I seem to be fine with either. Not that I've really focused on one or the other at any point. But what was the observation I made? Ah, jeez, my brain just slowed down on that thought chain. I say slowed down, it's literally stopped. We have to make some more glass, so we're going to need to smelt some sand. Where did we start with that? Carbs, potatoes, chips. Yeah, so let's just roll it back to chips, right? Really nice idea. If ever you're putting some chips into the oven, put some paprika on them. Okay? You will understand once you have had paprika chips. Really nice way to add some taste. Seb says carbs are a form of sugar. Chemically speaking, carbs in potato are just sugar chains. Are you sure about that? That does not sound right. The thing I did hear about potatoes is that they are a particular type of carbohydrate. I can't remember what it is that's supposed to be a good component of diet. I've not heard people refer to it as sugar carbs. Jeez. So difficult. There's so much terminology to wrap your head around with this stuff. You drown in it. Like, as soon as you go into, any kind of literature on it, it's just, one term after another that you're like, okay, and then what's that mean? And then, okay, and then what's that mean? You're just trying to grapple your head around it. Starch. That's the one. Pavemen. Thumper. Yes. Starchy carbs, I heard the other day, good. But then again, everything's so anecdotal. Just this little thing, because we're living in the age of, clickbait, sensational articles on the internet. Everything's got to be, condensed into this quick little clickable bit of information. And it never tells you the bigger picture. It's just if someone's study comes out that says, hey, turns out potatoes are bit healthier than we previously thought. It's like people jump on it potatoes are the new health food, and just focus solely on one thing. And that's not how it works. It's not how it works, peeps. So we've got to bring over a bunch of glass. We'll fill up that one there with glass, I think is what we'll do. And I'll bring my backpack with me. Always bring the backpack. Put the tools away as well, because it belongs in here. And I'm going to bring this with me as well, actually. And while I'm on it, you know, let's drop these 3 things closer to where we're actually working. And then we'll go get that glass sorted out. Okay, they're going to go there for now. Now, how are we going to get to our base? Well, we're right next to it. Oh, it's doing this thing. Personally, I stay healthy by not eating too much, says Xspeedtadem. That doesn't really say a lot because, like, health isn't not eating a lot. Health is eating the right foods, okay? If you're not eating a lot, you could be starving yourself of the calories that you need to produce energy, and you could be depriving yourself of nutrition. Like, you could eat not a lot and just eat McDonald's, right? That's not healthy. In fact, never eat McDonald's, please. just don't go to McDonald's, okay? There's a gazillion reasons not to. Terrible food. Terrible food. Right, shouldn't even call it food. Let's grab some sand from over here. Now let's just take the shulker box, and we've got the fuel in our ender chest. This means we'll have to hang out in the base for a minute, and I've got a little something that I need to take care of over here. Eat golden mangoes, says Max. I like it. We got noises in the ear, by the way. Gen1 Matt has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Gen1 Matt, thank you ever so much for using your Prime subscription on me. I appreciate it. And I hope that you enjoy the stream today. We also got Monkey Mode. Here for donation. Thank you ever so much, Monkey Mode, for the donation and the support as always. I appreciate you doing that. No message with this one, which is fine by me. I thank you for the support. Let's get in here and start to smelt. 1, 2, 3. We're going to be efficient. Cody does stuff, says, my little brother has eaten nothing but pies, burgers and nachos for like 10 years. I have no idea how he functions. Also, how boring. I read that you can live on only potatoes and a small amount of dairy, but where's the fun in that? Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what your brother looks like, but if someone eats a diet like that for a long time, you'll probably see signs of, like, poor quality of skin, bags under the eyes, you know, that general kind of look that people can get if they're, you know, not nutritious or exercising a lot, that kind of thing. I mean, there are exceptions, but... Fuel Hauler says, dudes, telling X what to do isn't how things work. My oh my, do I wish I see a comment like that more often. I mean, like, it should be obvious, like, what these streams are about. Like, I read the messages, we have discussion, but rarely am I asking chat to tell me what to do, you know? Mind Lux the Pony says, you can live off potato and milk, but you need to eat meat from time to time. I mean, I think the point with saying something like you can live off of potatoes and milk is like, yeah, you probably can, but what's the state of your body going to be like? You know, the body can put up with some extreme conditions, and sometimes the diet can be extreme. It doesn't mean it's healthy or great or that you should try it. Just right, we're gonna smelt that much, I think. Oh, do you know what? I'm just gonna smelt the whole thing because I'm gonna need glass later on. I always need glass. You know, I was on the Let's Play Minecraft Together server, and I was teleporting around to my admins and moderators, and I was in Rainbow's area, and her and Autumn had like a shulker box of every colour full to the brim of powdered clay. And I was like, that must have taken a lot of time to gather and prepare. But then I was like, but isn't it just awesome to have that lying around? So whenever you get like a whiff of inspiration, you've just got tons of materials lying around. I'm a little bit torn between the two concepts. I always like to try and be efficient and not like overproduce resources, but like I'm doing this from the beginning of a season. At the beginning, go ham. You're gonna use it, you know, if you know where the end of a season is, maybe start to get a bit more economic, but I can't seem to beat my own habits. You know? Wit says, X, have you heard about the woman that has an illness? She can eat whatever she wants and she won't gain weight. Some people have a metabolism like that, right? Whatever you eat goes through you. Doesn't mean it's healthy. Don't, you know, bank your chances on being someone who is like that, because it's pretty unlikely. By the way, over here we got some empty shulker boxes to drop off. Quite a few of them, because I've been dumping materials into our project over at Concorp Studios. By the way, we got more noises in the ear. It's Nursey Boy, subscribe with Amazon Prime. Big Dan 6920, subscribe with Amazon Prime, and a Zombie MC, subscribe with Amazon Prime. Why does he keep saying subscribe with Amazon Prime? And why is he in a hole? And why? Oh, jeez, I just all tabbed. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. If you didn't know, peeps, you can use Amazon Prime to subscribe to someone here on Twitch. Let's do some plugs. I have a Discord server, discord.gg/Asuma. Highly recommend you come and sign up and hang out. And if you're already signed up, you'll see me around there more. I'm trying to get more involved with my community again. I kind of realised recently that my activity level is abysmal, and I really do miss things like the plot world, where every day we used to spend ages just doing stuff in Minecraft, and just trying to get a bit of that back through Discord. So you'll see me on there a bit more often. We did a thing yesterday where I stuck around for an hour and we talked about episode 800, although we actually ended up talking about security and stuff, and I pressed another one by mistake. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. Jeez. Okay, there's another plug. I think that'll do for the plugs. That'll do for the plugs for now. While I stand in a hole. The Art of Kayla says, "Wow, this is trippy. Just joined." It's trippy, those plugs. Oh yeah, I got some black concrete lingering. What am I going to use here? I know what I want to use, but I just don't have it. Here's the thing. I can get it. Oh, he's talking in cryptic messages. Excuse me, that was a bit of a burpee. Oh, I should drink the rest of this tea. Is this a derp, says Awesome Fighter? I'm not aware of any derps. Gen 1 Matt says, X, I'm not enjoying Bedrock Edition. Could you recommend a reasonably priced laptop so I can get Java Edition? Probably not. Every time I have to state it over and over again. I'm not that expert on stats and what you can... Like, I don't have a bunch of laptops lying around and knowing what you can play Minecraft on. You need to do research for these things, so you can be informed on what it is you want to buy. Now, which one of these tree types is going to produce the most leaves? I can't help but feel it's jungle. But then jungle's the one with the saplings. So I'm going to go with this just because you always get a lot of saplings and I've got them stockpiled. So a birch might actually be a good one. Oh, do you know what? Rather than a big... Yeah, let's go with birch. Rather than a big tree I've got to climb up and down, if we go with that, it'll be quick and painless, I hope. Now, the other thing that I want to grab is in here. I actually want to put a bunch of this into my... my valuables chest. I've been running low on that stuff. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And must remember I wanted to use some of this myself. Right. Back in there you go. Gonna make some of those. And we're gonna grow some trees over here. Inside our base, because it's ginormous. I should probably get some torches down here as well, actually. But for now, we'll plant those. Let's get a torch. It's a bit dark. Lights. Camera. Action! Who is talking about laptop for Minecraft, says Ethan Swan. Someone was asking what my recommendation is. I say don't ask someone who doesn't really know what they're talking about. I mean, I brought a laptop myself, and I'm going to play Minecraft on it, but I brought one that I know will definitely be able to play it. If you're on a budget, I don't really know what the minimum requirements are. I mean, isn't that stuff like written on the website? When you buy a game, there's usually minimum requirements available. It's not like the Dark Ages. Can't remember if they changed this, but it used to be that it was every... second tree that birch would grow, and the other ones they wouldn't. But like I said, don't know if they changed that. Minecraft won't work well in most laptops, says Prime. you know, depends on the laptop specifications. Like, it won't work on a Chromebook, I know that. But depends what most laptops are, right? Like, if you're talking about high-powered laptops, different case. Hazilt, or Hazlit even, is here subscribing. Hazlit, thank you ever so much for subscribing. I appreciate you doing that. Hope you are enjoying the little stream we're doing here, hanging out. Working on the HRN, getting distracted, gathering leaves, because I got to build like a bit of infrastructure up the top there for finishing the roof in this place. So while our glass is smelting, and I don't know how long it takes for all of that to smelt, we're just going to gather up some leaves for a little while. I mean, I haven't actually got that much yet. Feels like I should... Oh, I've got an extra stack down here, yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. i5 with a high clock core, says Soul Aether. Interesting. I've got a an i3 or an i5. I hope it's able to play it. Jeez, if I buy this laptop and it can't play Minecraft, I'm going to be like, uh-oh. Might have brought the wrong thing. I don't think I can take it back because it's custom order. Jeez, I kind of assumed that. Here's me talking about doing the research, and I did do some research though. I saw that like you can't really run it on a Chromebook unless you do a bunch of hacky stuff. But like if you can do hacky stuff to get it running on a Chromebook, then like surely an i3 is going to be able to run Minecraft, you know? Maybe not very well, but at least run it. Nursey Boy says, how do you feel about 1.14? It's got quite a few things in it that I'm looking forward to be fair. And the villager trading stuff, I might give that a shot. Like, I think villager trading's really great from the beginning of the world. So the next season of Hermitcraft, you know, villager trading would be great. So that might put me off doing a villager trading thing this season. But I think actually that's what I might have a little focus on. I haven't done villager trading, if I remember correctly, since Season 2. In Season 2, it was a much newer, fresher concept, and we had the Wastelands project, and in the little desert temple we had some villager trading stuff set on. I never really exploited it that much, or used it, or gamed it, but I did get some use out of it. And then I kind of stayed away from it, because it always felt like the same old thing. So now I'm thinking, well, it's all changed, and why don't I just get into that when it arrives? There's going to be quite a few projects to do when 1.14 drops and Hermitcraft updates. So I'm gonna be busy when 1.14 comes out, right? You know. Logical Geek Boy says, I tried playing MC on my pretty powerful laptop and it works, but it drains the battery life. Ah, yeah, well that'll make sense because it's CPU intensive. It's not a very resource efficient game. Yeah, I won't have that problem because I'm going to play it probably when it's plugged in. For me, the laptop will be more about portability than something I need to use when there's no power. But I don't really, you know, massively need a laptop. It's just there's a few things I want to do where it could be useful, and kind of looked at it like it could be a bit of a backup system. I can do things when I'm on holiday. I've never owned a laptop before either, so I want to go on more holidays, right? So having the laptop available to take with me lets me do some worky stuff. Like I've got this little plan to do an event while I'm on holiday, so in the evenings when there's not much going on and like finished eating and all of that, like I'll be on the laptop and doing a little special event thing. But you'll hear about that soon, I guess. It'll be on the second channel as well if you want to subscribe to the second channel. Black Ranger PL says, all the slab stairs walls long overdue, they'll finally be here. Shane Moyang doesn't want concrete and terracotta. That message scrolled off the screen, buddy. I didn't quite get to read the rest of it. Yeah, I'm happy that stuff's here, but I'm not happy that, again, just no addressing of the inventory situation. It's painfully obvious that the Mojang employees don't get enough time to play this game. It's painfully obvious. Some of the just decisions that are made and the glaring problems the game have that just seem to time and time again get ignored. I mean, Hytale's got some potential. You know, Mojang have got Hytale on the heels now. They've got some possibly quite serious competition, and of course that competition is always going to be friendly. You know, Hytale comes from Minecraft, but it could really it does its things right, it can really ruffle the feathers of Minecraft, especially if it gets, I mean, it already looks gorgeous, right, but if they get the building feeling right, and they get the inventory management going well, I mean, it can really be really like a thorn in the side for Minecraft. Having this superior game, block building game, like right next door. I really want to play Hytale, but it won't be out on PS4, says Shane Lowen. I can't remember, but I listened to an interview with some of them, and they brought up PS4, and I can't remember quite what they said. But I think it was something to the extent of they're not doing it now, but they would want to. So I don't think it's been ruled out. It probably won't be there at launch. But I might be just remembering incorrectly as well, you know. Right, so there's no birch in there, that's fine. And I'm just going to put that there for now. Okay, so I got some wood, but I know all of my chests for birch wood are full. I'm just going to slap those in there. So we need a little bit of temporary storage for our leaves. We do have shulker boxes, so I think I'm just going to put one in here. You know, I pick out the one that's got stuff in it, of course I do. That's how I roll around here, you know, I forget the ones at the bottom have stuff in. Okay, I'm going to leave that here with those leaves, they'll be very helpful for me later on. These go back in the shulker box. Sweet, nice and organised, right peeps? That's how we roll around here. So that is our now empty sand chest, which belongs down in this area. And that's the one we're filling up with the glass. Excellent, we know what we're doing. We're organised. Jeez, you shouldn't be in my base! Nothing should be able to spawn in here. That could have been a creeper. It could have been a creepy creeper. Creeping all over my redstone. Vogue says, God, I wonder, what if Hytale could run on the Nintendo Switch? Nintendo Switch is, I think, a closed platform, right? So it would have to be developed for it, like the PS4. Actually, the PS4 has been jailbreaked, so you might be able to run some stuff on there. I imagine the more modern the game, the less likely it is to run, but that's generally on the principle of how powerful the games are. Yet games like Hytale, they are going to be aiming at people with like lesser PC specs, like Fortnite did, right? Make it free, try and get it in as many hands as possible, and that was an incredibly successful business model. Okay, glass galore, more than we need, but we'll need it again for something else in the future. That's how we roll. That's not how we roll. That's the point I was making earlier. That's never how I roll. That's how I'm trying to roll. Mickey's Gun says, you got to keep a lookout for the game everywhere. It's coming from the guy who made every GTA free. Every GTA since GTA 3. What game is that? I love GTA. San Andreas was absolutely amazing. Amazing game. And GTA 4 I remember being a little bit sort of on the disappointing side, but GTA 5 was fantastic. Always looking forward to like the next one. But I think they're not going to do like a GTA 6 anytime soon. They tried to take the latest one and turn it into one big, you know, online marketplace as opposed to update the game every so often. You can never have too many blocks in this game, says the Black Ranger PL. I kind of agree. I think it's smart though to limit choices to an extent, right? If you had infinite textures, then I think you can get drowned in the options that are available. Wait, that's not the right chest. This is. Show weeds, golden carrots, my favourite food. Okay, let's get back over to the HRM project. Actually, let's go there the interesting way, right? So what I want to do is a little experiment. Going to grab some dirt. We go this way. I always think it's the other side. It's so strange. Okay, so what I want to do is preserve my station by placing that there. So here what we're going to do is dig up diagonal, because I kind of measured this, and it should be possible to get all the way to where we want to go. But we're actually going to dig out here and get to the tunnel this way. Okay, so we found some light. That's kind of interesting. This might actually be near to the caves we saw a moment ago. But we're going to go up like that. Oh, we're out of the beacon range now as well. And then water's going to flow in here, and I don't really want it knocking out the torches that have lit up these caves. So let's just do this. Contain it a little bit is the idea. And maybe what I'll actually do is I'll also put in the occasional torch so we can see what's going on. Okay, anyway, at some point the water's just going to flow. There it is. Speak of the devil. So did I do my maths correct is the next big question. Okay, I did. I've got to admit, I was expecting to have a dirt moment there, but it looks like I did it perfectly. Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? And originally I was just going to have this sort of shoot down a one wide hole like this, but now that I'm here, I think this probably needs to be dug open and had some love given to it, you know. And we got a drowned. I killed the drowned, but the drowned didn't drop a trident. Right. Sorry, I enjoy singing too much. The derp was expecting the derp, says David. If we go into that territory, everything will become a derp, my friend. Everything. Jeez. Meow Knight says eye break in 3 minutes or so. How about before we build the last bit of this tunnel, we just have an eye break now, peeps? If you're there's 1,000 people watching. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. Be sure to hit that follow button, and then once you've hit that follow button, look away from the screen. That's right. It's time to take a break from staring at your screen. Doesn't mean you can pull out your phone and start checking your social media. Goodness me, don't you know? It's time to give your eyes a break. We've been streaming for an hour, and every hour it's a good idea to look away from the screen for a little bit. Let your eyes rest and focus, because they've been straining looking at those bright lights from those monitors, those TV screens, those smartphones in our pocket. I'm just looking away. And you know what? I'm going to drink some water and replenish my fluids, because that's a good idea as well. Also, open a window, get some fresh air. Oh, I did not know how thirsty I was. Whew. Whew, right. Those doctors, they said 5 minutes every hour. I said, don't you know I'm streaming? Let's get back to it, peeps. Not the full 5 minutes. Usually I get up and walk around, you know. Excuse me. Not a number says, what do you mean replenish your fluids? Don't you know you had tea a few minutes ago? Yeah, but this is some proper refreshing of the fluids, replenishing, you know? Some proper replenishing, okay? We're going to start to run out of... Oh, we don't need those. Of some materials, I've got a feeling. Let's just roll with it. I don't need to be super duper prepared, right? Everything's right here. You gotta roll with it. You gotta take your time. Oh, now I want to listen to that song. Jace, I want to listen to that song. How far did we get over here? 1, 2, 3. We need the quartz. Booyah. Ryan says you're British. You always had tea a few minutes ago. It's very true. It's very true. I'm going to watch a football match today, and I'm going to bring a container of tea with me. Oh. Can we copy claim your singing? You can copy strike it, but I don't know about copy claiming it. Jeez, a little bit severe there, Cuplex. Come on, this is a PG stream. Don't you know? It's not a PG stream, by the way. It's one of the things I always say is like I'm just me, and people label me family friendly. That's fine, but like I ain't afraid of talking about a heavy subject or something you might consider to not be so. So I don't self-advertise as that really. How's the cycling going? Says Loveless. Ain't cycled in ages. I could go for a cycle though. With my shoulder injury, it's probably cleared up enough now for cycling, but it's so weird. My shoulder at the moment seems to start off a little bit achy and get better throughout the day. It's definitely improving, but it still feels very kind of unobvious as to where the specific injury is. It might just be many parts of the shoulder, I don't know. Like, it's never one thing, it's never too painful, but it slowly gets better. And anyway, I've been really pleased with the therapy I've been doing this week because it's I've been working my rotator cuffs and using bands, and I love using bands. Like, that stuff feels great. I'm a total fiend for it. Like, the other day I was working out my leg. It's just the best feeling. It's the best feeling doing weightlifting and putting your... Wow, what's the right terminology? Like resistance training, working out your muscles. It just feels great. Not a number says, X, are you happy about the current performance of British teams in European football? Yeah, 4 of them going through. You know, I can't remember if I was talking about this on a stream or as I was saying it to a friend, but I'm like a very non-nationalistic person. I'm very like, you know, borders are lines we put in the sand and it's all in our heads. But when it comes to like football and sports, I just naturally get gravitated towards that kind of like, yeah, we got 4 teams in Europe kind of mentality, and go England, and it's like, it's just a little bit ingrained, like you get excited about it, and it's just part of the human psyche of being part of a tribe and a community. It's very important to be in communities, and so you feel that through things like football teams, even though I'm like quite critical of like nationalism and stuff. As soon as it's like sports and football teams, it's like that goes out the window. But yeah, I think it's great. I looked at the ties this morning. So in Europe, it's going to be 4 teams out of... Am I getting this right? 4 teams out of 8 are English, which is like, they always talk about the quality of English football being based around the amount of teams in Europe. Sometimes I think that's a bit trivial. Like, maybe we should judge the quality by the amount of youth that are available to participate in the sport at the highest level, or something like that, you know, or like how much outreach programs we have to like grassroots football. Anyway, quickly before I go off on it, Dreamorian is here subscribing. Dreamorian, thank you ever so much for subscribing. I appreciate your support, and I enjoy the stream. I hope you enjoy the stream. Jeez, words. Yeah, so yeah, we got 4 teams. And you know, they say it's good for English football. It's good. It's definitely good for the business side, and it's good for the reputation. But you know, I think sometimes maybe we should have more of an emphasis on young people participating in the sport and like the outreach at the grassroots level. But that's not going to be talked about, you know, when you're talking about the Champions League. So the ties are, I think it's Ajax and Juventus, which sounds like that'll be a pretty good tie-up anyway. Juventus knocked out Real Madrid, who Ronaldo used to play for, but now he plays at Juventus, so that, I don't know if that really means much, but it'll certainly be interesting. What materials do we need here? Oh, we need... Yeah, I remember what I came back for now. I was going to get out the toolbox. Then I think it's Spurs and City, which is probably going to be City that win that tie. But that'll be one other English team definitely through to the next bit. And then the one I think is the most interesting will be Barcelona and Man United. Because Man United, like, they lost Alex Ferguson, and now they got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and they're kind of showing signs of, like, being the United that they're known for being. And that means that against Barcelona, because they did it against PSG, you know, they could take out a team stronger and bigger than them. Right, and what do we look at? I just waffle and lose track of what I'm doing. Let's grab our sponges. So it looks like it's pretty poised to have some really good, interesting ties, interesting matches. One of the things with football, though, is that you never know when the good games are going to be. Sometimes you can tune in for, like, you know, 2 big names going against each other, and it can be a bit of a snore. And the idea is you kind of have to watch a lot of football to get the good games. Which is a bit disappointing. Like, sometimes you just want to tune in and be guaranteed a good game. So I don't really like watch a crazy amount at the moment. I kind of go through phases of watching it. Oh yeah, and Liverpool. Who are Liverpool playing? That's the other team, isn't it? Wait. Yeah, no, I forgot to mention Liverpool. I want to see Liverpool win something, because I really like the style of football that they're playing. And for a while, through a few different managers, they've been on the up. Like, they almost won the league quite a few years ago. They lost it at Crystal Palace. Liverpool Porto. So yeah, I think you'd look at that and think Liverpool got a very good chance of going through there. So I think it's very likely to see two English teams in the semi-final, and it could end up being City playing Liverpool at some point again, which would just be fascinating. But I know people aren't really into the sports, so I won't go on about it for too long. I mean, I always get a little bit disappointed when I see people like are not into sports. I know everyone's got different interests and stuff. But it's usually in something like gaming culture that things like sports are a bit more vilified or frowned upon, and I think sports are great because they promote, you know, competition and physical activity, which I think are really good things to have, you know, as long as the competition is healthy, of course. Cuplex says, just a heads up, Shulkerbox Viewer for 1.13 has been updated to 1. Yes! Cuplex! With the know-how. I'm gonna. Where's my notes? What the heck? Oh, I restarted the computer. Yeah, I had to fix something before I streamed. Aha! So I made some notes. Right. So post stream, check out Shulker mod 1.13. Cheers, Cuplex. Appreciate that. I will probably start playing. If Forge performs well, I will probably start playing with the Shulkerbox mod on. I really, really like that mod. That was so much fun. In fact, those quality of life mods, I really enjoy playing with those now, just because, you know, played vanilla for so long, you want to see some innovations that push the game forward, and well, you know, don't do it that much. Pimby says, I'm sorry, but Barcelona is winning. Yeah, no, you can say that now, but like, you never know until the game's over, really, do you? Like, I'm never one for, well, you might say it getting caught up in the moment, but I've never been one for like watching a match and saying like, oh, this team's definitely going to win. It's like, you never know. You never know. I went to the Liverpool-Arsenal game, the one in December when Liverpool won 5-1, and I was honestly worried that Arsenal would beat us, says Shane Nolan. Yeah, the thing with Arsenal is they got, in my eyes, you know, might have changed a little bit over time, but they sort of have a bad track record against the top teams. It's always the bottom teams they sort of wipe away, and then when it comes to playing the teams at their level, they tend to do poorly against. That's not a statistical analysis, that's just my impression. Soundwave Hope says, I don't like sports in general, although I do a few sports. Doing sports is good. Thing with Arsenal is they always try and walk it in, says Max. Maybe in the Wenger days, but I haven't really watched Arsenal much under their new manager. Like I say, I go through phases of watching football a lot. Like, I think, was it last year I watched like Match of the Day every weekend, but this year I've hardly watched it at all. And that's fine. You know, the years keep rolling around. It does feel like the same thing a lot of the time. Equator World Cup 2022, says T-Fox. I'm not going to watch that. Like, everything that ever happens is somehow linked to some sort of badness in the world, right? Can't really avoid it. Like, you got an iPhone in your pocket. Like, imagine if you could see the stories where those like metals and golds came from, and then you might feel a bit different about it. But like, that's unavoidable. It just seems so etched into the way the world works. But with the Equator thing, it just seems like a very obvious and direct correlation of like, hey, they're building these stadiums and they're killing people to do it. And the amount of workers that have died and the horrible stories of conditions and how it's like pretty close to slave labor, I think that's a great time to not tune in, because you know, if people don't tune in, it sends a message, and it's a very simple thing to do, just to not tune in. I'm not going to watch that World Cup. It just seems like a good idea just to not participate in it at all, because just so many people dying just to build stadiums for a competition just seems utterly absurd. Utterly absurd. Qatar, says Thaps. Is that how I said it? You know, I'll say things in weird ways, that's for sure. So you're suggesting a boycott of the World Cup, says Harrow. I mean, I'm not just suggesting it. Loads of people are going to do it. It's happened for previous ones. But because like the people boycotted the Russia one because they don't like Russian politics and whatnot. But usually the scale of that is quite small. It's only a small amount of people that think and do that. But with Quater, there seems to be a little bit more. Well, just from my impression, it seems a bit of a larger movement to encourage people not to watch it. But it sends a message because a lot of the money that's generated around this stuff is from advertisement and TV rights. And if people don't tune in, it sends a big message to where the money comes from that this ain't right. Yeah, so people will always tune in, says HGC. Yeah, of course they will. Of course there'll be people tuning in. But if they have 10% less viewers, that's going to hit them in the wallet. And that's the kind of message you want to get across. And then you can have the peace of mind knowing that, you know, you're watching, you're not watching these matches being played in stadiums that people died to build. It's like, it's 2019, like, you know, we need to get these problems sorted out. I think we agreed a long time ago that slavery and that kind of stuff was awful. And if you go just do some searching on YouTube and watch some of the documentaries about it. Like they're like capturing people in extreme poverty, exploiting them to the extent where they don't feed them or give them like decent working conditions, and people like are dying. You know, I think someone dies every other day in these labour camps. It's just utterly disgusting. And you know, if it just means don't watch, how simple is it not to watch? Hopefully enough people do it and it sends a message, right? How do they die building stadiums, says Limit Discord. So they're not, these people like are not paid very much. I don't think, sometimes they don't even get paid at all, but they're you know, living in abhorrent conditions, poor health, poor diet, because you know they're not providing them with decent food and living conditions, and it's extreme heat, and they overwork them, and they don't give them breaks, and it's just awful. Yeah. The Guardian has a video on it on YouTube, says Max. There you go. You can go look up that if you want to know more. How can we change this, says Duo Judo? I think a very simple thing, because I don't know much about activism and getting involved in this sort of stuff, but a very simple thing would just be to not tune in, because like I said, it hits them where they hurt when people don't watch. If they have a poor viewership, advertisers aren't going to be happy, and it's going to make, you know, it's, like I said, it hits them where it hurts. It's all about the money, right? Like that's why these things happen. It's always money, money, money. So one of the ways you can affect that is just by not watching it, not participating in it. Why isn't global organisations on it? The people doing this should be behind bars, says Incorrect. Because, you know, FIFA, for some reason, you know, aren't paying attention to this. Not enough noise has been made around it, I guess, probably, is my guess, and FIFA don't really have much of an incentive to stop it. You know, they're going to lose a huge amount of money if they pull out of this thing now and say actually no. So as long as people don't make a big kerfuffle, they'll probably be alright looking the other way for a while. Right, what we're going to do here is, with the glass we've got, is just make something temporary. Oh, see, look, I don't like Dolphin's Grace. I'm trying to build. Why are you underwater? Because you want to build in this game. And then you get that. You want that when you're traveling somewhere. It'd be good if you could choose when to have it, right? That would be really nice. You do something nice for the dolphin, they give you a little boost button, and you press the boost button and you can deploy a little bit of extra speed at some point. That would be good, I think. Also, FIFA are horrifically corrupt, says Iceberg. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point. FIFA is the governing body, and it's got a track record of all sorts of corruption, so it's kind of like no surprise that this would be happening with someone like FIFA. Oh, I've done that totally wrong. it applies to the concept that we talked about before a little bit of like being conscious of what you're buying and the practices of companies that you buy things from. Like it's sort of like activism or something along those lines through your wallet. Like you have purchasing power and you can send a message by not participating in certain products and practices. I mean, you know, when you're one person, it does feel like you don't really make a difference, but the point is that you're not actually just one person. There are people out there that think and feel like this, and if you want to participate, you help make the difference, you know. Simple things I like to do is just buy products that don't have a lot of packaging with them. Like when you buy fresh fruit, fresh veg, don't put them all in bags. They'll be fine. Just put them in your basket, put them in your bag, and then sort of store them when you get home. But like avoid all the plastics. We all know plastic's so bad. They're in our food chain. There's so much of it floating around in the ocean. You know, if you eat fish, you're also eating plastic. So, like, it's little simple things like that that can add up in the long run. Okay, let's have a look. So, our tool chest is here. Gonna put those away. Gonna put that and that in there. This is all just, yeah, I think we're done. I think that is a job well done, my friends. Quartz and tools go into the ender chest. Bam, 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 bam. Thank you, ma'am. And these other things are there. Well, it's been a productive stream because we finished this, which I'm very happy about. It looks like it's all done correctly as well, and then we can start to go down. Morrison's has started giving paper bags for fresh fruit selections, as Mickey Guns. That's a nice one. I find that you don't even need a bag though. Like I put all my fruit and veg just in my basket. Anyway, peeps, I'll be back in 1 second. Right, I needed to shut the window because it's getting a bit chilly. I don't have a shirt on at the moment because I got deep heat all over my shoulder. So while I've been streaming today, my eyes have been slightly stinging from the deep heat. Fun fact for you. Fun fact for you. Slightly stingy eyes. Window break? Yeah, window break. Will you test the rails, says Boki. I don't think there's a need to test them because they're all just that one thing, right? Like, I don't think there's going to be much room for something going wrong. Maybe I could be incorrect about that. This will probably get dug out wider as well. In fact, I'm waiting for that beacon to kick back in. But I've got to think about how we decorate this bit next as well. So I'm not going to bother filling in all the sides. We're just going to spam this thing with torches as well. I could actually just put in the rails, but nah, I think we'll wait until this has been decorated because the floor will be different. Then again, I could just make the floor out of the concrete, right? Could just make the floor out of concrete and then go, there you are. Did the salmon ghost appear, says Dead Shadow? I haven't seen the salmon ghost. Not around these parts. Gotta love them. Gotta love the torch spam. I thought it said gotta love the music for some reason. It's not really plastic. I don't know what it is exactly, but where I live, it's almost exclusively use eco-plastic for everyday bags. There's still plastic around in packaging and stuff, though. Yeah, I mean, even if it's like, you know, even if it's eco-friendly, sometimes the best thing to do is not to use it at all, right? So it might be all well and fair these products having eco-packaging or something, but like less packaging is what's good. No packaging. That's what I go for. I go for products with, you know, minimal packaging. So if I'm going to get, you know, my tomatoes and peppers and whatnot, like you get them in bags in a bundle, or you can buy them singly. If they're available singly, I just put them in my basket single. You do have to, you know, watch out for heavier things that you put in your basket so they don't get squashed. That's a consideration you got to make. But otherwise, it's oh, look at that! Only now that I'm all the way down at the bottom does it kick in. Jeez, typical. Anyway, just, yeah, those conscious sort of decisions are good. Still takes energy to produce and transport the packaging. If it's not necessary, why waste that? I think you're missing the point. By not using it, you're not wasting the packaging. You're not participating in that product that uses that packaging. So you are an individual and you add up to a whole, right? The more individuals that do this, the whole is where the difference is made. So don't think of yourself as just one person. This is like, I'm not the only person that does this. There are loads of people that think this way and do it. And just spread the message, spread the awareness to those that want to listen and take it in, and be a bit more conscious about how you choose what you buy. Start off with simple decisions like, you know, get your fruit and veg and stuff when it's not in a package. And so then, you know, the shops that stock these things will have to stock more of the stuff that isn't packaged. Someone's probably going to tell me, but wait a minute, Asuma, it actually costs more money to ship things without packaging and drive it further, and therefore it's like uneconomic. There might actually be an element of truth in somehow less packaging somewhere means something had to happen that's bad, but, you know, in principle it seems pretty solid, right? It seems pretty solid to me. There we go. That's pretty good. We got to ride this rail, haven't we? I can't just leave it like that. We got to ride this rail. I'll just put the rails down temporarily. It'll be fine. We'll put all our torches in the middle, I think. We got to ride this rail, peeps. We can't do all of that and not ride the rail. Oh yeah, and it's going to need to be powered. So we're going to need some redstone blocks in the middle as well as torches. Love this song, says Eugene Trash. It's a great one, isn't it? It's a great one. Asuma, I wanted to ask you a quick question. Do you like travelling? Yeah, sure. Are you going to use stairs in the middle, says Catmar? Oh, I might do to stop stuff spawning. I don't know. I'm not going to do any design work today is the point, I think. Ooh. What if I break this one? Ah, look. One block. One block to rule them all. Or power them all. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, whatever. Thought it was. Actually, no, that might have been a refresh thing. Ah, it was. See? We only needed one block. Well, isn't that amazing? Right, we can now technically ride this thing from one place to the other, I guess. What do you think about Fridays for Future, says Despin? I have no idea what Fridays for Future is. I mean, it sounds like a thing, but I don't know what that thing is. They're budded now, be careful, says Iceberg. Oh, yeah, they could actually be budded, couldn't they? Good point. Well, it's only sort of semi-temporary for now. Climate change rally, says Sam. I'm all for pro-climate change. I'm totally convinced in climate change being a reality. Yeah, I mean, if people are making a noise about climate change and asking for things to be done about it, I'm pro that, I think. You know, bar some specifics that might be different, I don't know. I see a lot of vlogs from other countries of people buying pre-cut vegetables in plastic packaging or packs of things split up to single servings. How wasteful, says Kooky. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, just if you ever have the opportunity to point it out to someone, do it politely as well. Like, you know, it's not until you're aware of it that you're aware of it, right? Like, it's no one's fault that things are this way. We just need to be able to incentivize people to do the better thing, you know, and not really make it like their fault or anything. Just if ever you get the opportunity and you care about this kind of stuff, you can mention it. Some people, they won't be interested, and that'll be fine. But for those of us that are, we're gonna have to do these things. Right. What are you gonna do for the rest of the stream? Says the Bear Gamer. You know, I need to get some clay. That's the real thing I was supposed to do. We're gonna have time to get some clay. Thank goodness. So let's test out our station. Hopefully, something hasn't changed or messed up around here, but it should all be good. Now, is that broken redstone, or did the minecart sometimes disappears on the cactus, which is something that I'm pretty sure never used to happen. Like, it never was a problem, but then it became... Oh, that's the wrong block to break. Ooh, and interestingly, the stuff we want is actually in there. Huh. Okay, so let's try this again. Yeah, that would happen, wouldn't it? Okay, now where's my quartz block? Right, so maybe we did actually get our minecart in there. Alright, so something's gone wrong with the redstone, is all I can tell. And I don't know what, because that looks perfectly... okay, so we've spotted something. It may not be the full problem. I mean, that should still get the dispenser to dispense, and it had a minecart in. I can understand why the hopper is locked. Oh, and that's a nice and easy thing to solve, because it looks like I can just go that way by one block and still be powering what I need. Oh, and the same on that side, actually. Okay, so over here, these need to be one block further forward, it looks like. That's nice and easy to work with. Whoopsie. Okay. Let's just put this back in. Okay, so we had a repeater. Yeah, that looks like it's correct so far. There might be another bit of redstone somewhere that I've overlooked. I think that was on its second tip. And then... Did a bit of cactus grow, break off and come all the way over here? That's unbelievable while we were streaming. Oh, I think it's working now. This is a... What? I think I know what it is. Oh my goodness me. The hitbox of the carpet will disrupt that. Huh. Wait, no. People are saying the block cuts off the signal. Oh, yeah, of course it does. Why did I... So maybe it wasn't the carpet. So what I need is string and more carpet, basically. String and more carpet. And we've got a noise in the air. It's Doomio Lag. Resubscribing for 22 months, Doomio Lag. Thank you so much for your resubscription. I appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying today's Liggity live stream. Okay, peeps, are you correct? You're correct. Well done. Well done, the peoples of the chats. We have now fixed the red of the stone, and we may ride the cart of the mine on the rail of the HRN. Jeez. Don't know what I'm saying, do I? Right, in you go. Kablam. It's time to ride that rail. Booyah! And it sends me to the right place. Because it can detect me. It can detect me. That's what we need. Woo! Might have a thumbnail right there. Oh, you can see the base as well. That's so cool. A couple of thumbnail potentials. You guys should make a real estate business on the server. That would be amazing, says Local Go. I would like to do that for, like, maybe next season. Maybe we have more of a, like, planning slash city. I don't know. What are the right words? Real estate is pretty much the right word. You said it already. But imagine that, yeah, imagine if like all the area you could play in was like portioned off to some sort of real estate. I'd love to do something like that. It'd be real fun to do a little bit of role playing like that. We're riding the rail, peeps. We're riding that rail. Monopoly Minecraft, says Soul Xavier, yeah. Monopoly style Minecraft. By the way, 1,200 peeps tuning in for the live stream. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Be sure to hit that follow button. It keeps going on about that follow button, doesn't it? Music is a little bit loud, says Krona Defunct. Yep. I apologise. Sometimes the songs get a little bit loud. What a daredevil, says Cats. What a daredevil. Yeah, maybe we'll start ticking it down to 37 instead of 39. Just take the edge off a little bit more. Now, I did all the rails in this area the other day. That's caught me off guard. I walked down all these tracks and did all these rails. Why are there some missing here now? Goodness me. Do we have some in our redstone box? 11. I bet it's not enough. I bet we're going to be short by 1. Oh no, it's the exact amount. Wonderful. Wonderful. I thought today was my unlucky day, peeps. But it turned out it's a magical day. We got a noise in the ear. It's Papa Snorks here, subscribing with the old Amazon Prime. Papa Snorks, thank you ever so much. It's the Salmon Ghost. The Salmon Ghost did it. Oh no, peeps. That Salmon Ghost is stealing the rails. Jeez. Stealing those rails. Marilyn Miner says, good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on your location. Good morning to you, Marilyn, as well. I Love Cats is here, doing a cheer, throwing those bits at me. Throwing bits at me again. Saying, why would I hit the follow button? I didn't do anything. It didn't do anything to me. Jeez, X. Promoting violence for no reason. Peeps, smash that follow button in the face, okay? Kick it while it's down. No, please don't do that. There's a lot of fish and dolphins just over there. Right, now, I noticed something, and you're going to notice it too. It's not here. It's not here. Okay, I'm going to make more weird noises when we see it. Chip, chip, chip. No, it's not there. Okay. Wow, rude to buttons, says yet another brony. And then chip, chip, chip. No, it's not here. Okay. Okay, we're good. Oh, that's me getting angry, by the way, that sound. Cap the Dragon is here, resubscribed for 10 months. Cap the Dragon, thank you ever so much for resubscribing. Chip, 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 chip. What is that? Grian, learn to build. Hashtag learn to build. Okay, tweet Grian. No. It sounds like harassment, to be fair. Calf the Dragon, thank you so much. And Lennox, or sorry, Leno XXXXXXXXX. Thank you for resubscribing for 2 months. Appreciate it, peeps. Appreciate it ever so much. Thank you for your continued support here on the twitch.tv/tsuma. Hit the follow button. What? I said that a second ago. Hit it again. Okay, right, enough about that. Also, thank you for hitting follow, peeps. I can hear the noise going off in my ear. Appreciate that. Let's swap this all around. Also, it might mean our rails at the end need a slight modification, which is annoying because I have to craft... actually, it's not that annoying. I can craft some new ones nice and easy. Okay, that Giarian not being able to build properly. I can't believe it. How could he make such a silly mistake? So those rails go back like normal. It's the ones at the end now that are probably not going to be powered. Unless I sort of preemptively knew I was going to come and fix this. Yeah, look, they're not powered. So now we've got to craft some. Which means I need a bench, I need some sticks, I need some valuables. Let's go put that over there. So logs and valuables. Uh-oh. Where are my valuables? Okay, that didn't fly. You left it in your base, says Nova. Ah, okay. Don't usually do that, but okay. Loex, you're being such a hypocrite by asking how he could make such a mistake. How is that hypocritical, okay? How on earth is him making a mistake hypocritical, okay? I see nothing to it. Oh, I was going to try and fly down here, but that's clearly not going to happen without me dying. Also, I could ride the rail. That's a good point, I could ride the rail. Why are there 2 architect stations, says Kronda? I don't think there are, there's only one. I like turtles, says Finn. I like turtles too. Jeez. Cats with the pro face there, yeah. I'm a pro, watch me. Watch me smack my face into this wall. That's quite convenient, actually, having that rail. Ah, look at it over here. Not in my ender chest, are ya? Goodness me. While I'm here, might as well make those sticks. Crafting bench, please. It's right there. And this. This becomes that. Sweet. The Black Ranger says my internet cut out for some reason. Now I have to go. See you, buddy. Sorry it cut out. Okay, now we're going to stand here like a true professional Minecrafter, showing off the skills. Come on! Come on! I want to fly through the tunnel! It's the... Yes! It's working! It's working, peeps! I'm flying through the tunnel! Ow! I almost died! Yay! I didn't die. Okay, that was pretty cool. I think I was just banging my head into the ceiling that kept me in there. How many are online, says Conradafunk. Just me and Cleo at the moment. Oh, the new number, by the way, is like distance flown, so we might see it tick up while we're flying here. Or not. No, we're not going to see it tick up. Landing here. Placing rails. Right, is my inventory full? No, it's not. Good for that. Did I get that? Yep, I did. And let's pick this thing up. Sweet. Look at this. Look at this. No. Wrong. Hashtag wrong. Hashtag learn to build. How did this happen? There might be another one to do over there as well. Let's go sort this out. Quantum Master says, call Grian! What do you mean call Grian? We just got off the phone with Grian. We spent most of the morning talking to him. We can't call him again. Jeez, he'll be getting annoyed with us. Always ringing him up while I'm streaming. Jeez. Right, let's go hop over here. And do that. And then put the glass back. That's the one thing we're missing. We're missing the glass. Sweet. Right, I think that is the last of little things to do with this rail. I need to get some clay today, peeps. We're just going to head straight out there, I think. That one looks fine from here. And it is fine. Goods. Cool, we need to find a nether portal next, peeps. Also, I kind of needed to... Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll fill up those with clay. We'll be alright, I think. Kind of needed to bring a shulker box for this project. Whoa, a little bit of frame dipping right there. What's going on in this base? Oh, jeez, what did I hit? Oh, okay. Okay. Look at this mess. I offered to build Grian a sorting system, but I don't know if he wants one or not. That absolute... Oh, goodness me. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. Exia Aku, I'm glad you liked the bit in that episode, as you pointed out, that not many people have been talking about. Glad you enjoyed the humour there. Yeah, I wanted to do that for a while. And, you know, episode 800, good little time to put something like that in, you know. Makes me wonder if everyone even watched the whole episode. Jim Trash says, Grian said the only way he will get a sorting system is someone builds it for him. Yeah, I heard him say that, so I offered it to him, but I don't know what he's going to do. I'd happily do that. I did it for Scar one season. Do you know what? I'll make a note. I'll drop him another message. Because I could do with another project. That thing wasn't terribly difficult to build either. Ah, people know what I'm talking about. Terrabo. Pavement Thumper. Excuse me, a little bit of a burp there. Magician64 says, will we ever see any versions of Exercise Eva the Sumo? No, you'll never see an Asuma that's in any way slightly different to the main one at all, ever. Okay, not even when it's Christmas or when Christmas is approaching. I don't know what other type I could make, really. You got me thinking now. Is Turtle Assumer coming back, says Voidfly? Probably not. I think the Yeti is here to stay, you know. Eugene Trash, glad you enjoyed the whole of the episode. Logical Geek Boy says Easter Bunny X. Oh, if someone, you know, this is the season for changing your skins. If someone wants to, I could do like an Easter thing on the server as well, couldn't I? I could go hide some little presents or eggs around the place. Oh God! Okay, look at where we are. Okay, I'm a brain smartist. All right, I use my mind, and I thought, do you know what? All those nearby swamps, they ain't gonna have no clay left over. All the hermits would have robbed it. So I came to this one that I'd already built a tunnel to because I got a witch farm. Isn't that smart right there? Do you know what's not smart? Building your platforms directly above the witch farm. That definitely slowed it down, and that was silly. But I might rebuild it later on in the season. Who knows? If we have a big need for redstone, then I could do that. I could talk to Scar and partner with Cherry, and he could use the farm and get lots of redstone that way. But I don't know if he wants or needs that. We got noises in the ear. It's Sass9602 gifting a sub to Platypus Prince for 10 months. Platypus Prince, thank you for tuning in. The one who made the skin, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Jeez, my memory is terrible for these things. Appreciate you ever so much. And thank you, Sass, as always, for supporting peeps in the community. Can't thank you enough. We have Diff183 resubscribing for 4 months in a row. Diff, thank you ever so much for the 4 months of support. And then we have Lovely Lidden subscribing. Lovely Lidden, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the stream we're doing here today. And let's check it out. Let's collect the... Oh, I love the atmosphere down here. Very nice. I'm going to stay under the water and drown. No, we need to go above. Assumer, as we are getting closer to 1.14, are there any upgrade plans or holding off? Says Duckbridge. In terms of Hermitcraft, we'll play on 1.14. No reason to hold off, as far as I know. When will we get another guitar video, Assumer? It's been way too long, says Ibanez Mike. I mean, your name says so much. Not anytime soon. I stopped playing, basically. I kind of got burned out on it, I think. You know, I went in with the right approach of like being kind of like regimented and practicing consistently, but I think I overdid it, and with something as demanding as like YouTube at the same time, oh man, every day I was like grinding the minutes. These days I have a little bit more relaxed time. You know, I really like the idea of being efficient with your time and making the most of it, but you do need to relax. You do need to go a little bit slower sometimes. And now my days are just a little bit more relaxed, because usually towards the evening there isn't like this like 2-hour chunk of time that gets taken up by a guitar every day, which, you know, I enjoyed it a heck of a lot, but when I started to enjoy it less, it kind of, you know, playing it every day kind of made that worse, and then eventually it just got to be too much, and then I'd stop playing for a little bit, and then I'd be frustrated that, like, you know, I lose progress, because I lose progress on guitar very quickly. Like having dyspraxia means my muscles, my like muscle strength for fine motor skills is not very good, and you have to practice consistently to keep it going. Just chill, dude, says UGM Trash. Just chill, apparently, is the word. And the bird is the word. I used to be forced to practice so much to the point of hating the instruments, says Riff Raff. Yeah, that's a thing, right? Like, you do it too much, you can get sick of it. I think I could certainly play guitar for 2 hours every day. It's just not fun when it's like a stress on everything else. Right? It loses its charm a little bit. I think that'll do for now. I play the drums for almost 9 years, says Ninja Mario. Cool. Hope you enjoying it. You probably are after 9 years. Scooby Pepper says, would you ever try playing on a higher field of view? Oh, definitely not. God, it makes me a bit sick, those higher field of views. The normal field of view is fine for me. That all Quake Pro stuff and going in that direction, the more of it. Like, sometimes Speed 2 can be a bit much. Railway Janny says, assuming needs clay, things have gone to pot then, and will come to a horrible kelm. I feel like that's a pun. I feel like there's 2 puns there. Because all we're doing is, like, I mean, nothing's come to pot. We're just gathering some materials, but pot is made from clay, right? Right? Am I getting it? Am I analysing the joke? My brother's dyspraxic and he just started to try and play again. He's expecting the same struggles as you, says Emma and May. Well, focus on the enjoyment of what you're doing is what I would say. Like, focus on that enjoyable part. Because things will be slower and a bit more difficult, but you've got to make sure whatever it is you're doing, you're enjoying it. It also can be quite painful. Flowermouth says, oh geez, I need gravel and Asuma throws it away. It was only 20 blocks, so it's just clearing up an inventory slot, really. I mean, I did just spend an episode ago collecting tons of the stuff, but it's give and take, isn't it? It's give and take. Sometimes you've got to throw your resources away, peeps. It just makes sense, doesn't it? These swamps are a lot nicer now that there's seagrass and that they changed the tint of the water. They're far more interesting. Do you know what? Like, when it comes to underwater bases, I think swamp might be the best place to build an underwater base. And I wonder how deep the water look effect is good for. Like, right now, it's bright and really nice. Now, somewhere around here, the swamp is going to end. So we're still in the swamp. Swamp, swamp, swamp. Still in the swamp river. So swamp. Oh, do we have like a biome blendy transition, or is it instant? Whoa, no, it's kind of instant. Look at that. So even down here, it still feels kind of bright. Fascinating. What's your opinion on Sahara and will you use it, says Conrad Defunct. I mean, I'll wait until it's finished. And maybe I will use it, I don't know. Right, there's all the clay. I love the swamps, says Real Extreme Dragons. Yeah, maybe they're like the unsung hero of the last update. We forgot how ugly swamps were. Now they are really nice. They are really nice. Looks great. Vex FX is raiding us with a party of 24. Vex FX, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Did we get a noise in the ear for that? I just looked over and saw it there. Maybe it will come up in a second. Welcome all the raiders. I'm looking for peeps and chat coming over from the raid. Welcome to our humble little Minecraft stream, playing on the one and only Hermitcraft server, and collecting up clay for future builds, for future projects. This is going to be invested in the Concorp studio, this clay. We got some path designs outside, you know. VexFX says we're not doing raid calls. It's too late here in the US for that. What are raid calls? Not heard that term before. A raid call? Anyway, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. And welcome all the new peeps. If you're not aware of the Hermitcraft server, we're a group of YouTubers who also do streams. And geez, just yesterday I published my 800th episode. And the title of that is, what, 347 hours or something? That's how many hours of Hermitcraft main episodes there are actually to watch. It's crazy. It's also not episode 800. When I was calculating that, I've been reminded that I've made a few half episodes here and there. So it's more like episode 801 and a half, I think, to be technically correct. There we go. Can dyspraxia tire you out, says Tyler. I mean, like, mental fatigue, yeah, kind of. You can get annoyed with it, but like, it's not a like being tired condition. It just means things like writing is painful or playing guitar is painful, and you have like poor control over like fine motor skills. So that means like doing finicky stuff with your hands. Like, I can't use a screwdriver very well. Like, it hurts to twist and turn the screwdriver, and I find it difficult to properly hold it and stuff. It's just basically being cack-handed. I can't wait for episode 1000, says Download. I mean, if we ever get there, yeah, it will have a big something going for it. I will probably, when that one comes round, take a fair bit of time off to, like, there might be like 2 weeks between the episode before and the episode after or something. Like, I'll definitely have to pull out the tricks for that one. But I had some ideas for it, you know. I think just doing a more focused, in-depth look at Hermitcraft's history would be a smart idea for that one. Right, how much clay do we have now? Probably enough for my needs at the moment, but you know, we're here to stock up as well, aren't we? We're stocking up. When will season 6 end, says Dead Shadow. Peeps, can you keep a secret? That's what I need to know, okay? In chat, come on now. Can you keep a secret? Be honest. Don't lie, because if you can't keep a secret, I need to know, because I can't tell you when Season 7 starts. If you can't keep a secret, of course. No, says Mortuary. Palbera says no. Old Manga Doom says no. And Crazy Dad Damo says no. Well, some people can't keep a secret, so never mind. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Right. This is a big clay patch right here, isn't it? It is a big old clay. I'm going to drown if I'm not careful. All that time waffling underwater. Being a waffler. Marilyn says you were trolling once again. I'm not trolling, but I can't... Look, if people can't keep a secret, I can't let the secret out of the bag, can I? I can't let the cat eat the secret. It's just not how it works, okay? Got to keep the cat in the bag so that the secret doesn't get eaten. Right? Is that how it works? I forget how it works. It's very confusing, secrets, bags and cats, and all these things that you gotta manage. I don't want the cat or the bag, says Marilyn Miner. I want the secret. Oh, but I can't. Look, okay, I'll ask you all again. Alright. Can you all keep a secret this time? So all of you said no, just think about it. A little bit harder. Can you keep a secret? Like, if you really had to. Okay, and I see 1, 2. Tactical Popcorn says no. Oh, well, Tactical Popcorn. Okay, we if you can't keep a secret, it's all right. All right, we won't talk about when season 7 starts. This is probably not the. This is probably just a. Yeah, look, the water's changed. It's just a river here, but hey, it's clay. We'll take it. We'll take the clay. We'll take it to our grave. Beautiful stuff. Oh, my inventory's getting a bit full now, so let's go and plop down a shulker box and put some of the clay inside of it. I do actually have an ender chest with clay, and I could have just busted out and done that. Paparumo says, banish these naysayers. Oh, brilliant. What about they silence the stream while you say the secret? Then you'll let them know they can raise the volume again. Oh, Seb, what a great idea. Okay, so all of you who said that you couldn't keep a secret, can you let me know in chat if you would be cool with just turning off the volume for a little bit? So just say yes if you are, or no if you're not going to turn the volume off, because then obviously I can't tell the secret. So, you know. Tactical Popcorn says no. And so does a Mank 7. Oh well then, okay. We tried. They're not going to turn the volume off though. The secret will be out of the bag. I think we're at the end of the swamp. Yeah, this is the end of the swamp. Let's go back to where there's more swamp action. Come on, come on, Shamon. Can't do sorry, says K-Dad. That's alright. No need to apologise, you know. No need to apologise. Bam. Oh, chat, this is funny. This is funny to me. MMA says, guys, we aren't ready for a new season. Stop. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, every season of Hermitcraft, maybe not so much back in like season 2 and 3, but like people start talking about when is the next season. Like when we're hardly into one, and it's just like, come on, let's enjoy season 6. It's been amazing so far, and there's loads of amazing projects happening right now, and things are going great. Like, why are we even thinking about season 7? That being said, I was talking about what I would do in season 7 earlier, twice. So, but that's just me. I just think that far ahead. I just think, hey, I'm going to do all these things in this world, but then, ooh, there will be a new world in the future, and how will I play differently when that one comes around? I do have like very much a plan for how I want to play differently in season 7. There's going to be no large-scale, super-duper, time-consuming builds. I want my time to be spent goofing around more in the world. I want to like live in the environment a bit more and just casually hang out and decorate and do things on a whim and try not to compartmentalize all the projects as much. And that's going to be a challenge. And at times I probably will do some project-y type things that help me, you know, kind of structure my gameplay, so to speak. But I really do want to just get more into that kind of hanging out in Minecraft kind of feel and having a base that's just about being in the base a lot of the time, you know? So yeah, I've definitely got some solid ideas for playing differently. And it wouldn't make sense to do that this season because I think it would require me to start like a new base, which I don't particularly like doing. I like having one base, you know? Yeah, and also it's something that I'd want to try for the duration of the season, not just half of it. We've got a noise in here. It's Randy Nicole, 2002, gifting a sub to Dreadvink. Randy, thanks for gifting the sub. I appreciate you doing that. Dreadvink, thank you for tuning in today and checking out the stream. I hope you've enjoyed it and had a good time hanging out with us. Appreciate y'all. Would you ever considering having a resource world in season 7 like Beef did with his community? What is a resource world? You'll have to tell me what that is. Is it a world that resets to get resources? We have that on the Let's Play Minecraft Together server. We have, I'm not sure if we have one for the overworld, but we have, is Cleo on? Cleo will probably sleep in a minute. We have it for the end dimension. If you want to go raiding end cities, there's a resettable end dimension. We have it for the Nether, for getting quartz. And then we have a woodland mansion dimension and a ocean monument dimension. So you can go there and you have to pay like a little something in the totem, and then it resets the woodland mansion for you. Yeriadis assume, I hope you read it. There isn't a place called Sahara like Amazon, the Amazon rainforest, but oh yeah, I get the joke. I get the joke. Father for Sprint says, X, before the season ends, I really want the districts to be developed so the island will look amazing. I think they're mostly all pretty developed as it is. There's just a few areas that need their projects finishing, so to speak, right? But yeah, there's plenty of time to do it, and Concorp Studios is like finishing off a big chunk of that piratey area, which is good. It's also quite nice that there was a river splitting it, because no one had built on that riverside, and there's just this perfect place to, you know, build a big project. And so far so good. Like, you know, I haven't been over there because there's spoilers, but the next episode coming out tomorrow, you'll see some cool stuff. You know, you will see some cool stuff. Is this season going to be longer? Says Mindlux the Pony. It will be longer than this. Yeah, of course. Right. I think I collected most of the clay. Now what I want to do is fly. Yes, there we go. I could stay AFK here for a little bit and possibly get some redstone goodies. Nah. Peeps, this is where I'm wrapping up the stream for today. I hope that you enjoyed it and have a good time hanging out with me. Massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered as always. I hope you, as always, thank you for your support. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to all the peeps who weren't watching and just Thanks to the people. I'm bad with words. Thanks to the peeps who weren't watching. To all the peeps who are just lurking, not hanging out in chat and watching, I appreciate you all as well. So big thank you. This will be uploaded to the second channel later today. As of right now, I'm going to send you over to Trooper Joe, who's been building an amazing world for years and years, and I hope you enjoy his content. So that's it. Thank you for watching, peeps. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.